October. I hope you're doing well. Okay, I think this reading is going to split off in a few different ways, unless someone can piece it together better than I can. I pick up for these readings the cluster, and I always ask to be shown what I need to see and to be able to deliver the messages that I need to deliver and to align the people, here that need to hear this. And I cannot for the life of me think this can be for the masses. So I'm going to break it down, right? But your messages, first and foremost, were coming in basically saying, now is the time to stop this, like to put an end to this, and you're going to need to really put on your, your go get 'em kind of gear here. You're going to need to kind of be to be strong with this. I think that I think you started something. I can't tell what though. It can be a business. It could be something. And again, those messages might not even be for you, because I have a whole page full of messages too about travel. If you need to travel for something, or you're taking a job abroad, go for it. It's going to be successful, okay? I think too that there's fated encounters here, and I think that those they're not chosen. So I don't think that it's something, I think it's something you meet on this journey, a person you meet on this journey, okay? But it's not something that you set out on something to do, but it's a fated encounter here somewhere, okay? Okay. I think what you're doing here too, one of your messages were, I think that you're so focused on business because, guys, let me show you the cards. Sorry about that. This reading just really threw me, but I don't rethrow cards because I just don't, because I specifically ask ahead of time. If, of course, if I feel it's going to be something off, I'll take it into my own account on that, but very rarely does that happen, if ever, okay? So we come in with the energy of the Three of Wands, okay? Now we've got the Six of Coins, the Death card, and the Two of Coins. Okay. And your advice in here is the Eight of Coins and the Page of Coins. Okay. Your outcome is the Nine of Wands. So you see what I mean? We've got the Three of Wands is the energy coming in. We've got the Nine of Wands going out. We've got the Death card. Everything else is a coin card. There's not one sword in here, and there's not one cup card in here. So I can't really say that this is balanced, but I think that that's what you're striving for. For the majority of you, I think you started something, or you'll be traveling for something, or you were offered something abroad. Again, I think whatever this business is, or whatever this is that you're doing, you either inherit money, somehow something in monetary comes to you, and I think it's either through, the lottery, a windfall of something. It's a large amount of money though, but I think something has become a burden. If it's an import-export business, it really thrives. But I think that it either is requiring more time of you, it's requiring more of something of you than you had anticipated. And I think that it's getting to be too much. And that's what you're trying to balance here. But the Death card comes out in the middle of both of them. So that's really just saying that you've got to, something's got to change around here. Something's got to, we've got to restructure this somehow. And with the Eight of Coins and the Page of Coins, I think that what you're really being asked to do is just step back for a minute, because that Eight of coins isn't necessarily just work, work, work. It's an 8 card, so it's about harmony and balance. But I don't think you're able to get a handle on this. So your advice is to step back out of the material and look within and quiet yourself, really, for this answer as to what to do here. We've got the Nine of Wands on the outbound, and what I got clearly with that card, and I normally don't get it, I usually get it as a card of stamina, but it really just warns against something coming your way. You may have gone into business with someone. There may be someone that you picked up along the way, someone riding your coattails that you might not even know about, but it really warns against just expect the unexpected. And that doesn't necessarily mean something bad. It could mean just like another pile more on your plate, right? Another something coming your way. For the majority of you that are doing something on the up and up, that's what this is about, right? This is a card of 2. I think somehow in here, you're trying to restructure something that brings your life to a different level. I think it's more about, I think things in your life, how you're doing them are shifting. I think your purpose, what you want to do right now, I don't think is so much, I think maybe what you learn from this is that your priorities have shifted a little bit, and it may not be on the monetary plane. That's really where your focus is right now. You may realize, now that I've got not a lick of time to myself, I really realize how important that was. So I want to restructure this here to allow me some more. I think you're just trying to rebalance your life is all. It's kind of like like I say, I think there's some kind of ascension going on here. And I think it's that, I think October really is a month that's hitting all of us in different ways, but the overall feel that I get is that we're really streamlining, because it's just not worth the hassle of everything that we thought more would be. Now we're flipping it back to the less is more. Thank God, honestly. But I don't think it's, we don't get out of that as fast as, as we had liked. And I think that that is just exactly what you're doing here too. There was a strong message through here too of watch your health. I think that something that was dormant or hadn't flared up in a bit, or there's something surrounding illness and it flaring back up. So you want to really keep an eye on that, okay? There's something in here too, and I want to say it with this card, not even so much the death card. The death card I really think is just you trying to reswizzle something, cut something out to get, it's just, the death card is I've got to let something go here because, there's just too much on my plate. There's also a message through here too about a relationship. And again, this fated encounter, that may be a relationship, or it may just be someone, that you come across somewhere. But the message was to let the relationship show you what it needs to show you. That may be where this death card is coming into. Like really just, not that the person will die, obviously, right? Well, in here it's not where I'm going with this. It's more along the line, you may be questioning a relationship here, right? It could very much absolutely be what you're trying to reswizzle here for the ones that aren't trying to run with something financially. But I guess you may have some question as to this person's something, like the missing link here, right? And your message was to let this play out. You're going to see what you're looking to see, okay? Now, for the rest of you, I'm putting this out here because this was the craziest message I ever got. However, it has to be for someone. And it cannot be for the masses, all right? I think you're, I don't even know how to explain this one. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I gotta back up for one more. The work one, the work arena one here, there is something too about Bear with me, please. I had a lot of messages. Tap into your creativity. And I think that that's what stepping out of the, because this is your advice, these two cards, stepping out of, you know, you're a creative, very creative sign. And I think you need to step into your creativity to solve whatever problem this is. You may have to go about it in a creative way, and I know you can. You all have that in you. You just don't realize that you do. If you don't express your viewpoints and feelings with your relationships, in your partnerships, they're going to fall apart. And I think those mean marriages and partnerships, like actual partnerships that you've got, not this fated encounter here. Because I think what's happening here is when you express the things only that you can control or master in your professional life, that blossoms. But what happens here is you lose the love in your relationships. So I think that in this trying to be so organized and direct and create and organize your life, you've maybe sucked the happiness literally right out of it. Because like I say, there isn't one cup card in here, and there's not one sword card in here. There's a 3 of wands, which means you cast your nets, and you've got the 9 now where you're like exhausted. So, and everything else is earthy in here. So you're very set in your ways, which is most likely going to, or is throwing a wrench into your relationships. So don't be passing in the night. Kick that up a little bit. Maybe that's where your creativity comes in to solve this problem. Maybe you don't even know this is a problem, but here you go. It's a problem. Okay. All right. There you have that. All right. Now, this other scenario is going to sound a little weird. This is kind of like where The Sopranos takes over this reading, but in a way where, you know, like Tony Soprano had that, and he was kind of like a, you know, like he had issues here, parent issues, and psychotic issues, and trust me, I loved him as much as everyone else, and but I'm talking about the character, not the actual person. I think that someone's got abandonment issues from childhood, but not like abandonment issues that you get over through life and it's just a misfortune, right? This is like someone who never let go of it and has just been kind of living a life of like a like one of those put the lotion in the baskets kind of deals, honestly. And I think that the message coming through, I don't know, I really don't know who that would be for on here, but it must be for somebody. But your messages were here. That if you keep making these foolish, repeated, risky investments and undertakings, I don't know what that would be, except, I mean, there's a lot of coin cards here, so it could be anything from, you know, anything. But apparently they're foolish, repeated, reckless undertakings. And this is going to result in, it's resulting in numerous loss and failure, which is going to mark your life with poverty. So for those of you trying to do the get rich quick schemes, which is not what I see here, I don't. But if that's what you're doing, you're most likely then this scenario here is literally going to do you in, because that 6 of coins, the death card and the 2, is just really saying, you know, the 6 can go one of 2 ways. So can the 8. It can be, you know, jumping in and making risky mistakes, because a lot of times that 8 of coins is someone trying to rebuild stability in their life after something that they've done. And you've got the 2, the 6, and the 8. And this 9, this would be actually, it would make sense with that message coming in of watch, you know, watch out for people that, you know, are kind of going to be coming at you. If you're doing illegal things like business deals or something, be on the, you know, be on your guard, I guess, about retaliation or someone trying to blindside you or something over money here. But again, I really kept getting that feeling of that just someone who's not mentally stable, someone who's maybe paranoid or I really think in here too, in where that goes, is I think that person or whoever really just dabbles in really dark stuff, like really dark stuff. And again, if that's, you know, it's just, it's really, it's dark stuff. And I don't even know where to go with that, because I don't, you know, this isn't what I'm getting here. This is, you know, I think maybe in the, and I've seen this in the past, people really trying to get spiritually where they're going, but they go in a direction that's not, they go in a dark way. And I don't go there, so I'm not even going to entertain that energy in here. But if that's what you're doing, you're not going to get out what you're looking to get out here. So you're really being asked to stop that now, really. Those were the messages coming in. Only I couldn't figure out where all of these messages went in here. So let's recap. For the majority of us, the majority of you, watch your health. If you've had something that, you know, was fine for a bit, go and have that looked at again now, right? Something may come up that is odd. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's like a cough that won't go away, or just, you know, just keep an eye on things like that. A lot of stuff's being chalked up now to allergies, right? But just keep an eye on it. Sometimes they end up being, you know, pneumonia, seasonal things, just stuff like that, right? I'm not a doctor, but that was a direct message to watch for illness. It wasn't even watch your health, it was watch for illness. So, and about repeating things that were dormant. And this card can also be a sickness card. It can be an illness card. All right, so that's that. Business-wise, if you're striving to do something and you're saying, my business has not taken off yet, but I'm still really chugging along, keep going. Your business is going to be successful. Absolutely it will be. You're just going to have to put a little bit more into it. For those of you that started this business or whatever this is, this came out of necessity. Like the Post-its lady, right? That just with the glue thing and automatically became a success. This is what this is. It's something that took off like that, but it took off so fast that it didn't give you a chance to restructure the rest of your life because you didn't anticipate on this. Now it's taking up too much. It's like, again, be careful what you wish for, right? This took off in a really great way for you, but I think you're having a problem restructuring the rest of your life, right? It doesn't even need to be a job. It could be, you know, children, a house. It could be anything tangible on your day-to-day, right? But there was a message in here about business to keep going, and there was a message that this also, I think if someone in your surroundings did inherit or get a lot of some extra money now, be on the lookout for that, because you'll be in that sphere of a gift in some regard like that, right? So I think this was a great reading, aside from that little bit of crazy, which I assure you, it can't possibly be for many of us, right? Um, uh, but someone's really dabbling in the dark stuff there, and that's your message, because that's as far as I'm going with that. So you may want to stop that or look at that, but I think that it's pretty good that someone cares enough about you, one of your guides, to really just tell you to stop, or you're going to end up in poverty as like an older person. So you're heading that way. So if you've got a guide really watching over you, there you go. All right. For the rest of you, know the people that you're doing business with, right? Um, and that's what I think the majority of you are. I think that this may just be on the lookout to take care of yourself a little bit. Okay. So there you go. I hope that helped you in some way. I don't even know what to say. I'm just the messenger. Some months these are crazy, some months they're not. Um, but again, I've got to give you what I've got, right? So there you go. I hope you have a wonderful month. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. Enjoy this month, okay? It's going to be a little quirky energy-wise. Just ride the tide. I don't think it's a month to actually do anything unless you're already doing something like this, right? But if you're one of the people that is like, I'm over my head here, pull yourself out of the equation. Really just pull yourself out of it and go internal for that answer, because you've got it. You've got a way to do this. So do that. If you're thinking about restructuring your life, again, pull back and really think about that. Get that going, because this is really the month where it's a lot of crazy energy. It's not the month I don't feel to really start anything. It's a month though to maybe get your ducks in a row and really look at the things that you don't want anymore. And there's always a way to figure that out. Okay? If you can't figure it out, I'll be more than happy to work with you on that. We can do, if we do this, there's always a way to see here how to go. Okay? So thank you so much. Have a wonderful month.